Hi, Play Magazine. My name is Tina Guo and I play the cello. I have a new album called Game On, and if you haven't guessed already, it is a collection of my favorite video game music, so I'm really excited about it. I started playing the cello actually when I was 7 years old because both of my parents are music teachers, and my dad plays the cello and he said, "Tina, you're gonna play the cello." So that's why I play the cello. I started experimenting with electric cello when I got to college. I went to USC in Los Angeles for classical cello. That's when I started experimenting with electric cello, with guitar pedals, with amps, trying to be, a guitarist, which was my secret dream, to be in a rock band. So that's how the experimentation started. And I also play the Chinese erhu, which is it's a really ancient instrument that's been around for thousands of years. And it's interesting because there's no fingerboard. The two strings are suspended in the air, and it's made with snake skin. So I also play that instrument. I'm really excited about this album of video game music for many, many reasons, and some of them include the fact that video games are awesome. And I grew up playing, the classics with my little brother. I was raised during the Super Nintendo era, so, actually first we had Atari, and then we had Super Nintendo, and I played a lot of Zelda, Legend of Zelda, a lot of Super Mario, Donkey Kong, and then Pokemon Snap, which was my addiction for quite a long time. So that's one reason. When I live in Los Angeles, and I also record on a lot of scores, TV scores, film scores, and video game scores. So it's really fun for me to be able to experiment with some of the music that I've actually recorded for on the actual games. For example, Journey from the PlayStation game, I played on the original score, all the cello solos, and so to be able to, come around a few years later and do my own version of it was a lot of fun. A little high pressure because I'm friends with the composer, but he seems hopefully to have approved. Thanks, Austin. I also love video game music because, like film and TV music, it's not limited by genre because there's games of all kinds and there's music of all kinds. So it's really fun to be able to play everything from, more traditional classical symphonic sound, which some of these songs are, all the way to my passion, which is industrial metal. So it's really a blend of every kind of music, and hopefully you guys think it's fun too. So doing covers and arrangements of game music as opposed to writing original music is different in that I guess the original compositions of beautiful music is already written, so that's good. So that's one thing off the list. But I tried to, when I was making the music and arranging it with my co-producer on the album, Steve Mazzaro, who is an amazing composer in his own right, we worked on these together and we tried to find a way to kind of reimagine the music, reimagine the scores, but not so much that it's way different than the original game where it's not even recognizable. So it was really fun to try to find that balance of doing something unique, hopefully, and original, but not too different, if that makes any sense. We chose the tracks on this album based on kind of just what came to our heads first. Of course, I knew that I had to do Tetris, because I play a lot of Tetris currently. Of course, Pokemon, because I play Pokemon Go, Zelda, Mario, Final Fantasy, and so it was really a collection of music that I was already really familiar with and really loved because I heard a lot myself. Also, there were games that I played on, again, the original scores for, like Journey for PlayStation, that I recorded, and I always wanted to do a cover, my own version of it. So Journey, the game that I just mentioned, was the first game ever to have the soundtrack nominated for a Grammy. Usually it's only movie soundtracks that are nominated in that category. So that was a really big deal, and I think it's a big step forward for game music in the mainstream. But there's still quite a ways to go. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll grow a lot in upcoming years. Being a musician, of course, when I play games, I really notice the music because I'm curious about how it fits with the picture, how it fits with the story, how the composer composed the music to fit everything together. So yeah, I personally do pay a lot of attention to the music that's in the game. My favorite game soundtracks, the first one would have to be Zelda, I think partially because I just played it so much and the music is like ingrained into my head and my psyche and my consciousness growing up. So Legend of Zelda, Super Nintendo. I love all the music from the Final Fantasy series. I don't think anybody doesn't like the music from Final Fantasy, but it's really beautiful, it's lush, amazing composition, amazing orchestration. And I also might be a little biased because I played on the score for this, but Journey I really felt was like a very unique score. Completely organic. Everything was done organically with real instruments. We recorded the cello part in Austin's studio, and when we worked on it, we actually had no idea it was going to be as big as it got. It was a really small game company. It was literally just me and Austin in his, at the time, very small studio. Now he's moved to a beautiful new studio, but a very, very small room. We were there, just the two of us recording the parts. He hand wrote, all the notes and stuff. So it was really, it was a really amazing experience, and that was one of my favorite scores to work on and also to listen to after. For me, it would be a dream come true to compose music for any type of game, really. The only experience that I've had with me actually providing original music for a video game was for Rock Band. Back in the day, Rock Band, two of my original songs were licensed. One was Queen Bee, which was a heavy metal version of The Flight of the Bumblebee, and Forbidden City, which was also an original song that I did, also industrial metal. So those two are actually available to download and play, guitar or drums on with Rock Band. But going back to actually scoring a game, that would be amazing. And also, what games would I like to play cello for? I'm always happy to work on any game. Recently though, I did see the trailers for Horizon, which is coming out next year, and I'm really excited about that. So that would be amazing to work on that score. Hint. I really love all aspects of making music, whether it's recording music or writing music, performing, but if I had to choose one, I would have to say live performance is my favorite because when you're in a room by yourself, it's nice, you can be really into it and creating for yourself and creating something new, but for me it doesn't compare to playing for people and really getting that energy and feedback and interaction and getting to meet you guys, after shows and having kind of everything coming into reality. So I really love that. So live shows are my favorite type of music making. So my favorite game currently would have to be Tetris, just because I play it all the time when I'm in the car, not when I'm driving, when I'm a passenger, when I'm on the airplane, when I'm in the airport. I love Tetris. If it's available on the little console thing, where they have the games, I always play it on the airplane too, or on my phone. But I would have to say the other game that is my favorite would probably be Zelda, just because I spent so many hours playing it with my little brother, and that's one of my big childhood memories other than practicing a lot of cello. So Zelda and Tetris. Thank you so much, Play Magazine, for having me. My name is Tina Guo, and my new album, Game On, is available now for pre-order.